Hi, everybody. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripecolor. I'm quite late today, and it's okay. I'm going to cover this so it doesn't run out of ink. All right. So, excuse me. I went out last night, and I went to a restaurant that a friend of a friend owns, and it was just like hamburgers and hot dogs, but they had these Sinaloa hot dogs, Sinaloa is one of the states in the north, and they're a little spicy. They almost tasted like they had a little chili powder in them. They were good, but they don't just serve a hot dog here. It's like it's got jalapeno, it's got cheese, it's got onion, it's got tomato, it's got mayonnaise, it's got everything is more here, which is kind of nice. And then there was karaoke, and the owner's brother had a really beautiful voice, and he was singing all these ballads. And then, people were involved a little bit, and I was like, I want to hear Celia Cruz. So they put in some Celia Cruz for me, but I couldn't see the words, and my whatever. I don't even understand what it meant really, but I danced, so that felt good because I love salsa. Salsa is beautiful. And you want to dance to it. You don't want to sing to it. You want to dance to it. All right. And I had a really hard time connecting today, to tell you the truth. And I was really unfocused. I was all over the place. So I did a lot of energy work on myself, which helped. And the little message that I got was keep on trucking. So what that means to me, and that's why I have my cute image up there. What that means to me is it's like, okay, I'm on my way toward my destination. I'm on my way toward my happiness, my comfort, my joy, my abundance, etc. And sometimes, when you're on the road, it's a little dull. Sometimes it's like, I don't really feel like I'm moving forward. I feel like I'm actually, kind of stuck, but it's not true. Sometimes you're on the road. Let's say you're taking a long road trip. And for a couple of hours, it's like we just keep on seeing the same thing. And it's like, yeah, but you're on your way. You're on your way. So, allow yourself to be on the way. So maybe you turn on the radio, maybe you reach into the back and say, oh, we brought some, something to eat. Maybe you see a really weird sign on the way. Know that you're on your way. All right. So keep on trucking. And remember that song from the 70s? I think it was the early 70s. And it was like pre-disco. It was like 74, maybe 76. Keep on trucking, baby. If I had the audio, I would add it. They'd, YouTube would be like, oh, you can't do that. Whatever. Inspirational. So let's see what the card of the day is. Oh, and I'm offering a one question special in honor of the new moon. So it's only $22, one question. So you email me the question, and then I'll make a little quickie video and send it to you. The classes are starting Tuesday, the 23rd. So if you want to take the tarot class with me and Nancy, then, sign up. And, you want a reading, you want to purchase a meditation. I have beautiful art available. All those things are not even up yet. I have to work on that. There's a lot to work on. So that is that. I'm feeling much better than I did a couple hours ago. That's why it took me so long. I couldn't focus. And it was like, okay, just keep on, keep on trying, keep on trying, keep on trying. And then I kind of opened up a little bit. And I was like, I got calm. I let go of the doubts and fears. I let go of all the worry. And I was like, okay, let's see what you have to say. And keep on trucking was the little message. All right, let's see what the cards have to say. And I did a new moon reading, which is up. The weeklies are up, the monthlies are up, the yearlies are up. So go check them out. Really interesting. So it's a 5. This is the Hierophant. Well, I don't know how to pronounce it actually in Sacerdote. I think it's Sacerdote. They don't really do a hard. Sometimes they do. It's either Sacerdote or Sacerdote. If you speak Spanish, let me know. Okay, it's a really interesting card. It's the Pope. It's a 5 change, and it's the card of Taurus. And Taurus is really about establishing something, being kind of stubborn and steadfast and responsible, and like moving slowly but moving in a way, right? It's a bull. Try to get a bull to do what you want to do. And the thing is about, well, if the columns show up, this is really a card of tradition, of ritual, of things that are established, of things that have, I always like to describe it as things that have columns. So it's overall religion, the law, government, marriage, things that are established in society. Okay. And the higher understanding of this card is that it's the Triple Crown. Okay. So the Triple Crown goes back to ancient, it's not just a horse race. It goes back to ancient Egypt, and it's this energy of kingship on this plane, but also there's this communication between the king, so to speak, the priest king, and the higher sources. So that's the understanding that it comes through the third eye, that the hierarchy of heaven is mimicked through the Pope's establishment of heaven on earth, as it were. So there's this understanding in this card of this intuition coming through, and showing or revealing the hierarchy that should be mimicked here, or could be mimicked here on earth. Hi, Seascape. How are you? Nice to see you. We'll sort of see you. So, and it's a process building a building. It's a process organizing something. It's a process, right? And there's this understanding that, all will be foundational and brought in here. But, I'm feeling very processed today. What are you doing? What kind of work you doing, girl? You making chocolate chip cookies? Because I'll come over. Yesterday I went to the supermarket, and they have this, it's kind of one of those cheapo supermarkets. Everything's like in cartons. So I just grabbed the cookies where they usually are, and I bought the wrong ones. They weren't chocolate chip. I mean, I managed. Oh, cool. Well, here you go. So keep on trucking. You're making progress. Move forward, and trust, like, well, I'm on the road. I have a full tank of gas. I'm going toward wherever I'm going toward. And sometimes on the road, it's like a little bit like, oh my God, if I see one more tree that looks exactly like the other tree, I'm going to go crazy. And then all of a sudden you make a turn or you go over the hill, and it's like, oh, okay, now we're in a meadow. Now we're in a swamp. Now we're in a little town or whatever. So that's the energy. And Seascape, thank you so much for supporting me for all this time, because you've really been very loyal and very reliable, and I appreciate it. I really do. Anyway, so check out all the readings. If you want to take the course, take the course. Well, it's my pleasure, truly. It's my pleasure. And now I have to clean. I have a guest coming. You got to hear this. So the guest was making the reservation in the middle of one of my videos. I don't even remember it. And then they send me a message. I'm going to show up at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, like a normal time. And because some people show up at like 3 a.m, they don't tell you. And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. Here's my telephone number because it's easier to reach me. And then they canceled it. I'm like, what? Like after I sent a message, and then they redid it. It was so weird. And then they're like, oh, it's not 5 o'clock, it's 6 o'clock. And it's like, bro, it's Mexico. And furthermore, I have a lot of experience with Airbnb in New York. Oh, I'll be there at 2 o'clock. My plane lands at 1. It's like, you'll be here at 5 o'clock. You'll be here at 6 o'clock. You'll be here by the end of the day. Like, that's the way it works. Uh, it's just like there's traffic, there's rain, there's, the plane is delayed, customs takes longer. Like, it's like, it's going to be quite the experience for this one in Mexico. Sometimes you're ready to buy, like I was boiling potatoes yesterday, right? And I was like, I need more butter because I was making mashed potatoes. And I had like this much butter left. And I was like, okay, so let me go around the corner and get the butter. Uh, you know, they have to, everything is so slow. And it's like, okay, and I left everything boiling, but whatever, it was fine. Yeah, I know. I know. It was very different. Now I mostly do booking, but I think people have changed. Everyone is, just so entitled, and, you're supposed to read their minds. And it used to be like with Airbnb in New York, I would write them a thing and they would say, oh, I'll be there at 2 or 4 or whatever. At least I have an idea. But here, a lot of people come from Europe, and the flights are weird. So sometimes it's really early in the morning or really late at night or whatever. And I mean, I'm okay with it, but let me know. Just let me know, because sometimes they just don't even get back to you. Whatever. But I mostly do booking here. There's a lot more money in it. I had 2 days free this week, so I reduced the price on Airbnb, and still nothing. Still nothing. You know what it is? Airbnb is pushing certain other neighborhoods that are like more glamorous, and it's where all the Americans are. It's like, well, why would you come to Mexico and want to be with a bunch of Americans? When you come to Mexico, you want to kind of like see Mexico. Oh no, it's like a little mini LA or a little mini Atlanta or a little mini or whatever it is. And it's like, okay, whatever. Yes, that's the truth. That's the truth. It's so interesting, Seascape, how this has changed the whole world. This has changed the whole world. It's like, they send a text or something and you're supposed to understand what they mean. And sometimes it's really unclear. Um, yeah. What's nice about Mexico, though, there's this energy of community that's very profound. So last night we were out smoking at the place, and somebody asked to bum a cigarette. We give it to them, and then everyone just starts talking. It's not. It's kind of like the way I grew up in New York when I was a kid. Like, you're on the train, you're waiting online with near somebody, and you go, "Oh my God, I'm waiting for my car," whatever it is. And here, it's just very like that, just communicating. It's really nice. It's really nice, and it's more. I don't know. It's more civilized. Anyway, that's that. We'll see what happens. Keep on trucking away with the. I know I'm in mood to talk today. I keep on trucking away with trying to teach. Nothing's happening. I changed the video. I put up a thumbnail. Oh, do this and do that. It's like, okay, maybe you hire too many people, and maybe there aren't enough students. And I'm also sort of taking this course with like how to sell art, which is, it's really intensive. So it takes me time every day. And, I just keep on moving forward and something will open. And I made a commitment to myself to use one of my meditations every single day and to go there, right, until something opens up. So that's my thing. Anyway, oh, and Seascape, did you happen to check out that I did a meditation. I put it up for members. Which one was it this month? Column of Light. And I put another one up last month. I can't remember which one. So anyway, did you utilize them? Because I worked really hard on them, and I think they're really good. I mean, I'm using them myself, and it's like, this is really good because I got the background music and like the cool graphic. Because you could also meditate with your eyes open. Anyway, if you haven't, utilize them. They're really wonderful in all humility. All right. I'll be back soon. I will definitely get started again on Tarot Tuesdays because I think it's a really good thing. And I have to really commit at least like once every 2 weeks to get one up or something like that. So that's my story. I talked for a long time today, and keep on trucking is the energy. It's like, well, I don't really know. It's like, just keep on trucking. Things will change. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you know what I find really that helps me a lot, Seascape? This is what I do every day. I wake up and I go to the bathroom, and I usually have iced coffee because it wakes me up right away. I always prepare it the night before. Even in New York, it was iced coffee, and even it was 0 degrees. Because you could drink a lot quick and wake up. And then I go to the roof, and I don't check my phone. I still haven't checked my phone. I go to the roof, and like that's my time. So I sit and I connect with the earth. I connect with my heart. I connect with the earth. I receive from the earth. I send down. I do that a couple of times. It's like a loop. And then I go back into my heart and I connect with my angels and guides, and I loop it. I send joy. I send gratitude. I send, etc. And then I ask for a message, and that's my daily message. And sometimes I do other thing, and then I do the video, check my email, la 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 la. It sets a tone of calm and connection for the day. It really helps me. And people always ask, how long does it take? I don't know. Sometimes it's 5 minutes, sometimes it's 10. I don't know. I don't time myself. But it's like a gift that I give to myself. Hi, Katie. How are you? I got your. I have yet to listen to the whole thing that you sent me, but I'm going to try to remake it because the guy who helped me with the other videos, he's reaching out. He goes, "Oh, like I have time next week. You need some help?" Because I have some. There are pieces you have to put together, right? So it would be my audio and some background music, which I kind of have saved, and then some cool graphic that goes, it's like a mandala that keeps on growing. So there's a way to do it, but he did it like this, like that, because that's what he does. So I could just send him the audio, and then he'll do it, and maybe I'll use one of the same music things that I have or the same graphic. That's not important. It's important that it just is together. So yeah, I think I'll take him up on it because he offered. And I told him that I would do like an exchange. He was a guest here. That I would do an exchange. It was actually that it was the wheel of support that like shifted the whole thing. And I'll send him like either an IET or reading or whatever. What a gift he was. What a gift. Sweet guy, really sweet guy. You know what the funny thing is, Katie? It's like I have a text. This is the way it works for me. I have a text, I have a general idea, and then I start channeling shit. That's what happens. That's what happens. Like all the chakra meditation ones. It was like I have a few words written down of what to release and what to receive, and then I just sort of go. It's like I just let it come through. It's kind of like the way I paint. I like, oh, I want to, start with blue. Okay. And then, sometimes it's like super simple. And then it's like, oh, I'll add orange, you know, do this shit. I don't even know what I'm doing. I mean, not, you know, and it just sort of happens. And it seems to work really well like that. I mean, that's how I do the videos. Yeah, you know what? This is how that's my MO. And it's the MO that works best for me. It really is. It really is. Isn't that odd that I used to work in your town? Because I used to do window display for a long time, and I worked for a guy who was like a small time guy, and so we would do all these small stores like in the New York area, and Princeton was like the furthest place we went, and it was like really a long day. But we used to do. They would have like empty storefronts or places like in the hotel. So many years ago, I used to do the windows in the Empire State Building because when you walk into the lobby, they had these empty windows, and then, at one time, it was like a big drugstore and they would put, I don't know, shampoo in, but like the building took over and then we would have artists come in literally from all over the world, actually. And we would do like a little art display, or one time we had artifacts from Malta. um, it was an interesting job. I got to do a lot of different things. I worked at Gucci, and I worked at Ralph Lauren, and I worked at Louis Vuitton, and just a lot. It was just a huge variety: pet stores, bookstores, bedding, tableware, whatever, all of it, lingerie. Yeah, it was. I did it for a long time. I know, I hear you, Katie. You know what's really funny about Mexico? I know I could talk to all day today. It's like I don't really want to deal with my responsibilities at all. But in New York, there's so much crap all over the street, and it's like, well, you can make art out of it. You glue it together, or you blah, 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 whatever. And here, there's nothing on the street, nothing. People utilize things. Ads are on shortly for some viewers. Okay. Utilize things. There's nothing here. Like people pick it up right away. Like metal, forget it. Wood, forget it. Doesn't exist. I got some of these boxes, like they're carton boxes, wooden, that for fruit. And I found them right outside the house, thank God. And then I painted them and I put some plants on them because I have a really big roof and, I want to elevate them. And I've been looking and looking. It's like, anyway, something will turn up. Because, people are poor, and they really utilize things. And when you go to the Mercado, they have all these shops that repair blenders and microwaves and irons and all that. People really use things until they're dead here, which actually is good. All right, I have to get on with my day. I have to clean the house and do the wheel of support meditation and take a shower and I don't know, other things. All right. I hope everyone has a lovely day and keep on trucking. That's the energy. Keep on trucking. It's like, oh, I've run out of energy. Oh, I don't feel like I'm going anywhere. It's like, go somewhere. You are going somewhere. Have faith. You're on the road. Sometimes it's a little boring on the road. Sometimes it doesn't feel like you're getting anywhere, but actually you are. All right. Blessings. And yes, Katie, if you find the script, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because it'll give me a like a road to follow in a way. And maybe it'll ignite something new. You never know. All right. Bye. See you soon.